Both Joseph Diaz and Devin Haney make weight for their scheduled 12-round fight for the WBC lightweight title. Devin Haney came in at 135, right at the lightweight limit. Joseph Diaz came 3/4 pound less at 134 and a quarter pounds. Before we get into the video, like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated. So Joseph Diaz is challenging Devin Haney after becoming his mandatory following his victory over Javier Fortana, which was his debut fight at lightweight. Joseph Diaz has been busy this year, unlike most fighters. He's already fought twice. This is going to be his third fight of the year. Devin Haney, I believe, he's only fought once against Jorge Linares, yes, in May. And what do I think about this fight? Look, this fight is interesting. I think Joseph Diaz is one of the more skilled fighters in all of boxing. A lot of people that know boxing have said ever since he was an amateur, Joseph Diaz is a force to be reckoned with. He only has one defeat to Gary Russell Jr., which wasn't like a one-sided fight. It was a competitive fight, but Gary Russell Jr. clearly won that fight. But there's one thing about Joseph Diaz Jr. that's going to handicap him against Devin Haney and against the top lightweights. Like, he can beat Javier Fortuna. Even he can beat Richard Comey. I would even favor him against the unified or undisputed lightweight champion, however you want to call it, George Kambosos Jr. I think he would beat George Kambosos Jr., in my opinion. But against Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, his size, his height and reach will handicap him. Devin Haney, just look at the picture, has an 8-inch reach advantage over him. I'm not sure how he can fight, even though Jojo Diaz is a good inside fighter. But Devin Haney has a really sharp jab. I think he can keep Diaz on the outside. And if I have to pick a winner for this fight, I think this fight is closer to what most people think. Most people are going clearly Haney. Some people think Haney could stop Diaz. I'm telling you right now, Haney is not stopping Diaz. If he goes for the stoppage, that's what's going to give Diaz the opportunity to counter him. Don't think just because Diaz has 15 knockouts in his 34 fights, it means he has no power. No, he has power. George Kambosos Jr. dropped Teofimo Lopez and had Teofimo Lopez respect, even though he has only 10 knockouts in 20 fights. So don't let the knockout percentage or the knockout ratio fool you. Joseph Diaz has power. He will keep you on your toes. So if Devin Haney is going to try to go for the knockout, I think that's what gives Joseph Diaz Jr. the opportunity to win. My advice to Devin Haney is to keep it long, play it safe. You could win a decision over Joseph Diaz Jr. just by physical attributes alone. You have an 8-inch reach advantage over Joseph Diaz Jr. He's a southpaw, which makes it even harder for him. Like, his left hand is not even farther from your chin. So you have all the advantages. Unless you give him the opportunity to get on the inside, you should outbox him. Joseph Diaz Jr. is a live dog in this fight. This fight is like 60-40 in Devin Haney's favorite. I think that Jojo is the better fighter. Haney is the bigger fighter. Jojo should be at super featherweight, maybe even at featherweight. He has no business at lightweight. Devin Haney could easily be a light welterweight. So that's the difference. I'm going to be rooting for Joseph Diaz Jr. because I've just followed his career ever since he debuted. But I'm picking Devin Haney to win this fight. I like both guys. I'm a fan of their styles. I'm a fan of how they fight. But I'm going to be pulling for Joseph Diaz Jr., even though I think Devin Haney is going to win this fight. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Who do you guys think is going to win this fight? Like and subscribe and enjoy the video. Sadiq Boxing out.